Hello, my dear friends. Raisa here from the Nutrinut. Welcome to another video where we're going to be diving into different ways that you can combine nutrition that is good for your body and for the planet. And for today, I want to talk about carrots. Yes, carrots, as in the Bugs Bunny, what's up, doc kind of thing. Now, I could sit here and tell you all the benefits of carrots and why you should be having it because it's rich in vitamin A and, vitamin C and antioxidants and fiber and all these amazing things. But you already know that I'm a huge fan of any fruit and vegetable, and I will always encourage you to have as much as you possibly can. So it's no news there that I'm going to say, yeah, it's pretty amazing for you. But for today's video, I want to combine that with the thought of sustainability and how we can use this example to bring that kind of mindset when we are doing our groceries on the weekends or whenever we're going to the supermarket. As I always like to say, sustainability really begins in the supermarket because that's the first step to making the right decisions. In the supermarket is where we get to choose and set the week up for success or, some rocks in the road, let's say. From the nutrition point of view, whatever you buy in the supermarket, whatever you purchase, you add to your cart, that's going to set you up for the week, whether you're going to have nourishing meals or whether you're going to end up relying on more processed and not so great for you ingredients. And the same applies for sustainability. What you're adding to your cart, in a sense, is kind of like voting with your dollar. So if you go for produce that comes in plastic, you are showing that supermarket that has more value to you than something that does not come in plastic. And voting with your dollar is the best way to get your voice heard. So if you are here, there's a good chance that you are looking to live in a more sustainable way. Now, going back to the carrots example, you might not have even noticed that. And I'm not saying that always in all stores, but a lot of times you can actually find the whole carrot still with the greens intact, right? It'll come in some like a little rubber band. I've seen it in different ways, but the form that I actually prefer is to go more for the organic with the little green still sticking out. Then for this week, it was all about taking it to the next level, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's go back to the supermarket. You usually have multiple choices, right? You get to choose between getting the one that, there are so many different types, right? You have like the mini carrots, the chip carrot, the shredded carrot, so many types in that plastic, but they all come again in plastic. So when you're at the supermarket, remember, try to find the options that don't come with all of that packaging because that is very similar to a one-time use kind of plastic. It's very similar to the example of the straw, of a cup or something. The purpose of that plastic is literally just to go from the store to your house. And as soon as you're going to use it, that's going to be thrown out. So it's not something that is really that fundamental for us to be burdening the environment every single time that we go to a supermarket. And I get it, guys. You might be saying, Raisa, you are just adding so many steps and complicating my life. But in reality, I really want you to give it a go and experiment and see how much time it takes you to do that. Because honestly, the only corners that you are cutting by getting the plastic one is the washing and the peeling, which honestly can be done so quickly. Promise you that it's going to be less than 5 minutes of your time. Everybody has those 5 extra little minutes. And this is really important. This is for your own good. This is to take care of your body, of your nourishment, and of the planet. What more important cause is there? So once you get home, these are the 3 steps you're going to take. Number 1, you're going to wash it. Number 2, you're going to peel that little thin layer that you see right on top of it. And the third step is cutting it whatever style your little heart desires, whatever the recipe that you're going to use it calls for. Sometimes you might not even have to do that because if you're going to put it into, a soup or something, it can just be bigger pieces, You know that we talked about those little greens that come with the carrots? Well, don't throw that out. Sustainability does not only have to be about saying no to plastic bags, but it can extend into using foods and making sure that nothing goes to waste. That for me is the concept of zero waste. It's not being 100% because honestly, I don't find that very realistic for most of us. But it's about doing our very best to reduce the amount of waste that we are generating, especially if it's something so delicious that we can be easily repurposing it into our dishes, like the little carrot greens. With your carrots, make sure that you either use it or you store it in a mason jar with some water so it doesn't dry up. That's a very good tip if you're gonna use it more towards the end of the week as opposed to the day that you actually purchased it. And what you can make with it, you can make soups, you can just add it to salads, you can bake it, you can roast it, you can do so many things with carrots, right guys? Now, with the greens, I was determined to really find a way to use those greens, especially because I had come across a few recipes already in the past. I had taken like a little mental note of that once I bought carrots, I would give it a go and research it. So I did, and the two main things that I did find was one, a pesto that used the greens. And the other recipe was more just cooking it as a side. So you blanch it. So on that specific day, I wasn't, to be 100 with you, in a huge mood to cook something that elaborate. Like pesto is not that elaborate, but it does get a few things dirty. And I wasn't in the mood for complicating things, which is a very good tip. Every time that you're gonna go into the kitchen, make sure to do like a little assessment of your mood. Are you too tired? Are you energized? Are you excited? Do you feel creative? All of those things are really important because it's really going to affect the outcome of your recipes and even your mood, to be honest, because I can't tell you how many times I have jumped into recipes without doing that mini check-in and then just being really tired along the way and ending up in pure disaster and very grumpy towards the end. So I did do this little assessment and I saw that I was a little bit tired and wasn't really that much in the mood to be making things like pesto because it's not like I'm gonna, have pesto by itself. So I wanted something that was like for a dish. I decided to go with the cooking it. The recipe that I used as inspiration, I'm going to share with you guys in the description section so you can check it out. I kind of made my own version a little bit because I didn't have a few of the ingredients, but it came out so darn good. I was even reading that although over here we're not really used to using it and we toss it out as part of waste of the trash, right? Along with the peel and all that stuff. But there are places where they actually sell it for its properties and to be used in cooking as like a parsley or a cilantro kind of thing. So I thought that was really cool. The way that this recipe asked for the little greens to be cooked is by the process called blanching. So basically what you do is boil some water. You put the leaves in that pan with the boiling water. Then you put it in a cold bath. I'm not doing a very good job explaining this. But basically the recipe will explain that process a little bit better than I just did. So apologies for that. So the next thing you're gonna do is basically just mix it in with some fresh garlic that you're going to chop in little pieces, then a little bit of soy sauce, and I personally used a little bit of red vinegar because I didn't have what they were talking about in the recipe, which I believe is black vinegar, that, to be 100 with you, I didn't even know was a thing. And then you just mix it and it's kind of like a salad, like a cold salad, and it's really, really good. Not only are you avoiding waste, but you're creating this delicious and nourishing side where it's going to be great for your body, great for your taste buds, and great for the planet because nothing is going to waste. And from the whole carrot that you bought, the only thing that I didn't talk about yet is that the little peel that we removed from the carrots. Now, what you can do with that is just toss it out in the garden and things will get taken care of on their own. I usually like to put, like if it's very thin little scraps and things like that, not too much, I just like to toss on my herbs to just enrich that soil, and consequently, my herbs also tend to grow happier and healthier when I do this. There you have it. Next time that you are in the supermarket that you want to cook with carrots, try looking for that option where it comes with the greens and give that a go. And of course, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss another video.